Hello, today is April 23rd, 2025. My name is Chris Hoffarth, and today I'm going to talk about the safety regulations for pipeline transportation for supply chain management logistics 229 transportation operations at Ivy Tech. For this assignment, I chose the transportation method of pipelines due to the uniqueness and complexity. Safety regulations play a massive role in the design and day-to-day operation of the natural gas pipelines. Most of these regulations are enforced by the Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration, also known as the PHMSA. Let's take a brief look at some of these regulations to break them down to give us a better understanding of what they actually mean. In Section Part 191, gas pipelines includes its annual reports, incident reports, and safety-related condition reports. In Part 192, minimum federal safety standards for transportation of natural and other gas by pipeline. This is basically the bulk and safety standards for all gas lines and covers everything from design and materials to class location, welds, meter regulators, corrosion control systems, maximum operating pressures, testing and maintenance, and the integrity of management requirements for both transmission and distribution lines. Part 193 is the federal safety standards for liquefied natural gas facilities. Part 194 is the response plans for the onshore pipelines. Part 195 is the minimum federal safety standards for transportation of hazardous liquids by pipeline. Part 196, protection of underground pipeline from excavation activity. This part is the minimum requirements before you're allowed to dig. Part 198 grants aid to state pipeline safety programs. This part includes both grants to the state for the programmatic activities under agreements and certifications from PHMSA, as well as grants for the state's damage prevention. The first federal statute governing pipeline safety was enacted through the Natural Gas Pipeline Safety Act of 1968. The liquid pipelines were added shortly thereafter in 1979. Many more changes to these acts have been added over the years to ensure the safety and quality of pipelines, according to an article published by the PST Safety Standards. Although PHMSA covers many aspects of the construction and design, the Federal Regulatory Commission plays a crucial role in construction to ensure the safety of the environment by reducing the amount of damage the construction and repairs can cause to wetlands, water bodies, and upland areas. State regulations are the state's own set of rules that must be followed but must be consistent and/or more strict and stringent than federal governments. State agencies must seek approval from the PHMSA to conduct inspections and enforce authority. Operational controls. Most regulations require operational controls to manage the pipeline pressure and flow rates. Operators must have procedures in place to respond to abnormal operating conditions as stated in Part 192. Emergency response planning pipeline operators are required to develop and routinely practice emergency response plans. These plans must include the procedures that would be allowed in the case of leaks or ruptures and coordinate their plans with local emergency services. For pipelines located in high consequence areas, meaning areas of high population or environmentally sensitive areas, there are strict risk assessments to ensure integrity is kept for everyone's safety. This can be found in Section 194. What I have learned from this project. Natural gas pipelines leak contribute to methane emissions, a potent greenhouse gas. Between 2019 and 2023, nearly 9.7 billion cubic feet of gas were unintentionally released in the U.S. This equates to 4 coal-fired power plants operating for a year, according to a Reuters study of incident report data maintained by PHMSA. This is just one example of why we must have the strongest regulations on pipeline transportation. While it might be one of the most economically friendly, once it is built and running, it can be one of the most environmentally dangerous. Safety regulations are vital to the safe operations of natural gas pipelines, aiming to protect public health, the environment, and ensure that we have a reliable way to transport liquid natural gas. While these regulations have improved over the years, there is still plenty to do to ensure that we meet the ongoing needs to address the adverse challenges and keep the environment safe. In my resources, I have attached links to each of the articles which I spoke of in the safety presentation. Feel free to click on any of the links to search for further details. Thank you and have a great day.